Oh, Scott, you pleb. Hi everybody, I'm Electric Richard, and this is the news. Let's start with my totally favourite game, Assassin's Creed. I don't like Assassin's Creed. There was a new Assassin's Creed 4 trailer, or there was an Assassin's Creed 4 trailer. Assassin's Creed Black Flag is a game that's being brought out by the guys who made Assassin's Creed, I guess. Apparently it's a massive departure from the series. Massive, does that mean it's not a stealth game anymore and you're a racing car playing inside bananas while nannies do like maths? That's a departure from the series? No, it's not. Actually, you're a pirate now with the same skills as before, you know, with hidden daggers and little, you know, guns and whatever. And so you jump from ship to ship and you go around an island. Apparently it's open world and there's multiplayer and who cares? Well, the one thing I do think is nice is that it's coming out on PS4 as well as PS3 and Xbox 360 and presumably the Wii U. That's a good thing, the PS4 joint platform thing there. I like that and I want to see that on more games. Games like GTA 5 and GTA 4. Let's see what those games should be like, or GTA 4 in particular. Let's see what GTA 4 should have looked like with a decent frame rate and tighter graphics and a little less terrible pop-up and you know, decent build. That would be nice. So if you're listening to Rockstar, please follow suit. Release your games on multiple platforms, multiple incarnations of platform. Release your game on PS4 and PS3. News in Japan is that the PS Vita has dropped its price. That's very nice. I hope that comes here into the West too, this price dropping malarkey. It's dropped to 140 quid from 170, so it's 140 pounds from 170 pounds. I like that. I want to see that happen here in the UK, especially as the PS4 is on its way and Sony have made a big fuss about how those two consoles will work together very nicely. So that's a good thing. Meanwhile, in the US, there's been a slight price drop on the 3G version of the PS Vita. Only slight, not much though. So let's go on to the next story. Thief 4 has finally been re-announced. And it's going to be called Thief. So it's a reboot of the Thief franchise. If you don't know Thief, it's like a stealthy kind of action game. Think Assassin's Creed, but for the 90s, the late 90s. That's pretty accurate, isn't it? Yeah. Microsoft made history, I guess again, maybe, by releasing a film on Xbox Live. Yes, the film called Pulp, and it's about some guys who like to read comic books and something happens to them, I suppose, because, you know, stuff always happens in films, doesn't it? Anyway, it's being released exclusively on Xbox Live, and the people who made the film think that's smashing because that's a huge audience. It does mean that film distribution is changing, and that's a new avenue for it. And but what it also means, I think more importantly, is that Microsoft and Xbox are crucially trying to angle themselves as more of an entertainment hub rather than a purely a games console. So this could be, you know, sad times for games consoling. That games are merely a byproduct of what these machines do. That might spell lower specs in the future, in future incarnations of these consoles. But and that's the end of gaming forever. But thanks, Pulp. Thanks for being available on Xbox Live for the meagly sum of £10 for the standard definition and £12 for high definition version. Still, going for a film about comic book nerds. Capped off, Xbox, you know your audience. Sega have got into the endless runner genre. That's where you play someone looking at the back of their head and their bottom and their back, running down corridors and stuff. You jump, and you've probably seen people play it. Or you played it yourself on Android, on an iPhone. Anyway, this is a Sonic version. Sonic Dash. Dash what? Oh, just Dash. It's a D-A-S-H as opposed to a plane. Anyway, it's available now on iPhone at the moment. They've not announced an Android version. Presumably because everyone's still playing the kind of Aztec Tomb Raider rip-off version of running along corridors and stuff. And yeah, I guess it seems apt. You know, Sonic's been stealing genre ideas for a while now, so yeah, Sonic, its heydays are over. Interesting news out of Valve in the past couple of days. Now this is very curious. Now, for a while, Valve have been talking about how they're going to be releasing a PC/console quite soon, one that has direct access to Steam, their online gaming marketplace. I guess it is marketplace, yeah. But here's the thing. So originally everyone thought that the Steam engine, or Piston engine, or Piston Steam engine, was going to be based on an XI3, is that correct? XI3 Piston, which is a small compact PC. There was a few on show at this recent CES. And folks were quite eager to see what this XI3 looked like, and took pictures of it, and it's very small, and people are worried about how it will overheat and how it will possibly compete with custom-built PCs when it's meant to be a high-end PC. Well, I mean, it's tiny. What can it possibly do that giant kind of liquid-cooled rigs can't, or can't do better? Anyway, I'll cut to the point here. The company behind the XI3 have finally announced how much the console or PC is going to cost, and they're putting it on the market at minimum $1,000, which is quite a lot of money for a tiny PC, which probably, well, it doesn't look all that customizable, but you know, that could happen down the line. Now, here's what's interesting. Valve have now distanced itself from that company, from that console. So, I don't think that their Steam engine is going to look anything like that anymore. Valve began some exploratory work with the XI3 last year, but currently has no involvement in any product of theirs, a man from Valve said. So what this means is no one knows what the 32-stroke combustible steam factory is going to look like. No one knows. If you know, or you think you have an idea, write it down, draw it for me, and link me on the comments below, or tweet it to me, and let me know what you think this console is going to look like. Frankly, I'll be disappointed if it's not actually a body of steam which hovers above the television or monitor. Tell you what, folks, I'm pretty sad at the moment. I'm sad because, well, the last DLC for Battlefield 3 has finally come out. Yes, Endgame. Endgame is now available on PC, Xbox Live, PS3. I'm not sad because it's out, I'm sad because it means that this is the beginning of the end of Battlefield 3. This is the beginning of Battlefield 4. After all this money spent and time played and buttons and badges earned, it's also going to be for nothing, because the next one's coming out and everything will reset. Your ranks will mean nothing. There might be a little bit of I don't know, some extra badges and stuff online, because you know EA keeps track of how many Battlefields you play. I'm a veteran now, but that doesn't matter. They can't woo me over with nonsense like that. I want them to continue to develop Battlefield 3. I want Battlefield 4 to come out ages from now. I want at least another year and a half's worth of DLC, even though it's just one every 6 months. You know, I want some new game modes. I want some new command functions. For God's sakes, Battlefield 3 cannot end now just because Last Stand is out. No, is it Last Stand? Endgame is out. Anyway, that last update is 1.92 gigabytes if you're an Xbox user. Yeah, you're going to have to leave the console on overnight for that one, I think. And finally, Microsoft have been fined £484 million. It's that old bugbear again, the European Commission. They've fined Microsoft for failing to provide people with an option for web browser. Basically, they were monopolising it because they, make all the operating systems for most PCs that you buy, and thus they can just say, here's Internet Explorer. If you know about Firefox, off you go download it. If you know about Chrome, we're not stopping you. But if you don't know about it, which most people don't, yeah, we're not going to tell you anything about it. We're not going to let you go and download those. We're just going to keep quiet. Now, don't get this confused with the first fine that the European Commission handed out to Microsoft for doing this. No, because after that fine, Microsoft pulled their socks up and included an options thing. I remember seeing it. I saw it once. However, for the new Windows 7 update, for the new Service Pack from 2011, that option just vanished. It just weirdly just vanished. Who knows why that happened? Oh, it's a mistake. And because of that, they were fined more money. So again, tail between the legs, they've re-added it and everyone's happy. Especially everybody at the European Commission, who have all been given a massive pay rise and brand new cars. Thanks, Bill Gates. Thanks, that other guy who works for... I can't think of anyone famous who works for Microsoft right now. I have been and always shall be Electric Richard. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave some comments. Let me know what you think about the news. Are you happy about that PS4 exclusivity on the old Assassin's Creed? Do you think Microsoft... do you think they needed that fine? Is that the best way for them to learn? Yeah. Do you think we're all going to live in peace and harmony one day? Oh well. Anyway, you can tweet me if you like, or just send me a carrier pigeon. I've got a coop for those, so yeah, just send me something like that. See you later.